Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our seventh podcast. And today we have an interesting person online with us. And as you may or may not know, Breakthrough Studio is well known for both in Sri Lanka and in Bangalore. So we have a client in Bangalore who has lost up to 36 kg with us in a span of 2 years. And today she's going to talk to us about her journey. And I'm sure you guys, everybody watching, will benefit and learn from how she has gone through the journey. So welcome, Nicola. And thank you for making the time to be part of our podcast today. Yes, do tell us yeah, um, about yourself and your background before joining Breakthrough Studio.
Hi everyone, I'm really excited to be here. So my name is Nicola Lewis. I am 30 years old. Before joining Breakthrough Studio, I was a huge foodie. I still am. And I never really, worried about fitness or anything. So it was just, going out, going to different restaurants, trying different food, and that sort of kind of became a habit. So, from doing this once a month to doing it every weekend to doing it 3 or 4 times a week. So, going and eating out 3 or 4 times a week. And that was a pretty bad habit that I cultivated over the last couple of years. And it reached a point where I couldn't stop. Like, I would look forward to, like, oh my God, what would be my next meal going out? And yeah, I think it also reached a point where everybody started telling me, oh my God, you've put on quite a lot of weight. And at a point, I was like, okay, I gained 5 kilos. Okay, I gained 10 kilos. At a point, you sort of just lose yourself and be like, so what? You're already so fat. So a couple more kgs wouldn't make any difference. And then that continues and continues and continues until you reach a point where you're like, okay, because everywhere you go, you find nothing to wear. I was like really upset in different trial rooms because nothing really fit me. All my family, my friends, everyone was like, okay, you need to lose weight, you need to lose weight. So that started affecting me mentally. And yeah, it also started when I went for a trip with my friends. And I couldn't really carry much luggage with me because I was traveling from one place to the other. So I told my friend to bring a couple of clothes with her. And we've always been the same size. But I didn't realize that in the span of like 6 months, I've gained 15, 20 kilos. So nothing really fit me, and I couldn't find shops where I could actually buy clothes from. So I think that was a breaking point for me. I think that was on like June 10th. So on June 11th, June 10th midnight, I woke up at like 2 in the morning and sweating, and I was like, okay, I have to do something about this. And that's when I Googled for gyms, and I was not really a gym person. I didn't really like, going to a gym. That was not something I enjoyed. So I was looking for like classes where I can actually interact and like a super fun session and something different. I was not into like equipments and all of that. So I Googled and I found a Breakthrough Studio at 2 in the morning. And then, yeah, I sort of just woke up at 6, I guess, and I attended my first class at 7. And yeah, I really, really loved it. And there's no looking back. I think it's more than 2.5 years since I joined Breakthrough, and I absolutely love it. I can't imagine waking up and not going to the gym. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, how did you, when you first started with the studio, um, how did you feel about the workouts? How did you find the workouts? Did you
When I
adjust
first
to?
when I first joined, it was really difficult for me. Obviously, I was like over 100 kilos, so it was even climbing up those stairs to the studio was difficult. I would climb and I would start panting, and then I would start my session, and then we like jog before we start, like breakthrough jog session, and then a warm up session, and I couldn't do that. After that, I would like pant all the time, and I was really, really tired. So it took me, I think, around 3 months to adjust. Of course, the first week is hard, the second week is hard, the third week is hard, the fourth week is hard. And you just continue and continue and continue until a point where now it's just like a everyday thing for me. It's like brushing my teeth. I wake up and I'm like, oh, I have to go to the gym. That's like it's like a normal, regular, everyday thing for me. So yeah, when I started, it was really, really hard. Losing weight is hard. Burpees, especially when I started, I couldn't do a single burpee. I
Yeah.
just couldn't bend on the floor. It was something I could not do. I think there's a video of me doing a burpee, and it's just really embarrassing also. Because I remember looking at it and like, oh my God, I've gained a lot of weight. So yeah, it was extremely hard in the beginning, but then as you keep doing it, I would never take a break. I have never taken a break in the first 6 months. So I just kept going and I just kept going and it just started becoming easier and easier and better and I started like perfecting all the moves. So yeah,
So how long did it take for you to lose your first 5 kg, 10 kg? What were the milestones like?
yeah. The first 5 kilos, I think I lost in a month. Initially, I started losing weight really quickly. The first 5 kilos was in a month. In 3 months, I think I lost 10 kilos. Then my fourth month, I lost 15. And I just kept losing and losing and losing. The last, um, the last 5 kilos were the hardest for me to lose. I think it took
Right.
around 4 to 5 months, so it was really hard. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Still, you've done your 30 kg, and that itself is awesome. Yeah.
yeah,
So, did you have a diet guidance? Did you follow a diet guidance at all? Like,
yes,
did you have?
yeah.
Yeah. Mm,
I followed the guidance that you gave me. So I had very little carbs. Like I told Shay when I joined, like I love rice. I absolutely love rice. I can't imagine a life without rice. Rice and curry are like my favorite things in the world to eat. So she told me, don't worry about it. Just have it every alternate day. So I would have a little bit every alternate day. And that was the only carbs I would take. Then it was all salad, a lot of, not too much fruits, but limited fruits, a lot of veggies, a lot of protein, I started my protein shake. I started supplements, and I would not eat out. If I was to eat out, then I would have salads without the dressing and all the guidance that she gave me. I think I stuck to the diet. The first 6 months, I stuck to that diet. Like I did not have like a cheat meal or a cheat day, not even for my birthday, not even when we went out. Nothing. 6 months, I followed that diet to the T.
very nice, very nice. But did you feel deprived, like at any point, or were
Um,
you able to adjust easily? I'm sure temptation were there. You can't say no, but yeah,
Yeah, like maybe the first 3 weeks was difficult because
yeah,
when go out, we go out a lot. So when I go out with my friends, when I see everyone eating, you're like, oh shit, chocolate cake is my weakness. So when you see everyone eating, you're like, oh shit. But after 3 weeks, it just becomes you're like, like why would I want to eat that and then struggle later? So after 3 weeks, it became pretty easy and it just became a way of life. So yeah.
and also you had other issues when you joined Breakthrough, right? Like PCOS.
Yes,
Did
I
you
have
have?
a lot of hormonal imbalance.
Yeah.
You have quite a lot of hormonal imbalance. So that was also, causing me to break out pretty bad, causing my hair to fall.
Mm.
Also a cause for weight gain, for me getting tired a lot. So yes, when I started joining Breakthrough, when I started going for my classes, I noticed my skin clearing up, my hair becoming better, me getting stronger. And it was not just about the weight. I think I've always been someone who's never had a lot of strength, and especially when it comes to balancing, I cannot balance at all, like at all. So my balancing is like absolutely zero. I can't lift up heavy things. I get really tired and really drained. So yeah, I think after joy, I've lost a lot of weight, but I've also become like extremely strong. I can lift now. I can lift like over 25 to 30 kilos. So I can actually see the difference in all of that. And I even like now I use the Bosu. It took me a while to balance. I actually took me like 8 months to start, you know, actually balance and getting a hold of my body. So yeah,
Mm. Yeah, and balancing is super important for co-engagement and also with
yeah,
age, preventing fall, etc. So I'm
yeah,
glad you're able, much stronger than before.
yeah.
What are some of the challenges you had faced during this fitness journey? Um, yes, the starting point was hard, but what else down the road? I'm sure life happens, and then you got to bounce back again. What were some of those moments? Um,
Yeah. So after like you lose a lot of weight, you lose your first 10 kilos and you're like, oh wow, I've lost like 10 kilos. So now I can actually have like a cheat meal or a cheat day. I have to treat myself for losing that weight. I think that was really hard because everyone around you is like, you've lost so much weight. It's like now you can actually eat. It's fine. Now you can actually eat. But you know, like everyone is like, you can do it now. You've lost weight. It's okay. It's okay. So that was really hard for me to be like, no, like I don't want to. Like I don't want to eat just for the sake of it. I want to eat when I feel like eating, not just eat because everyone around me is eating or have chocolates because everyone around me is having chocolates. So eating just when I'm hungry was
Yeah.
very difficult for me. So I think I've
Mm,
learned that over time. So that was a huge challenge for me.
mm. Um, yeah. And yeah, in between, you've had some other issues with the back. All of that had happened, and you took a small break and came
Yeah.
back. How was? Tell us about the recovery. In that episode, yeah. How the suspension training
Yeah.
had helped you to recover. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a growth on my hip that I needed to get removed. So I couldn't exercise for 2 to 3 months after that. So I had to undergo surgery. So for 3 months, there was no exercise whatsoever. The doctor told me not to bend forward, not to bend back, not to do any of that. So yeah, so it is like I lost a ton of weight. I think I lost around 20, 25 kilos, and then that happened. So it was like really, difficult for me not to exercise. So I had to make sure that I'm eating right the entire time. I would go for walks, as many as I could. I had to keep it like just maybe 15, 20 minutes a day. But I still did that every morning, every night. I was very, very, very strict with my diet. I would not have carbs, no sweets, none of that. So yeah, I did that, and then after a break, I joined Breakthrough Studio again, and then a lot of stretches actually help. These trainers are great, so they customized a couple of stretches for me, for my back and for my hip. So I followed that for like 3 to 6 months, and then yeah, I was all better. And after that, I had backache, and I noticed that there was an issue with my spine. My spine is not curved as everybody else's. Your spine is actually slightly curved. Mine is straight. It's always been straight. So every time I exert it, I tend to have like major pain for a couple of hours and I can't move and all of that. So that was like a breaking point for me. That was really upsetting because I would go to the gym and then everybody would work out and do burpees and jump and bend and I couldn't. So that was really, really upsetting for me. But again, like I said, the trainers are amazing. They customize every move for me to make sure that I don't feel, bad about it. And they would be like, even if you're not doing all the exercises 100% of the time, just show up. So I would show up every morning, do like 1 or 2 or 3 exercises. I started with like doing 3, 4, 6. Started with doing really small stretches to, burpees and everything. And then, yeah, it just got better over time. So I still have the issue. So whenever my back still, fails me or I still have pain, I end up doing like very little, maybe a couple of exercises every day, but I still show up.
Very nice. It's really admirable. What makes you, push yourself so much um, with regard to your goal, your willpower? Is that where does that come from? Not everyone has that willpower, but maybe you can tell us a bit
Yeah, so
about.
I don't think I don't have as much as willpower as I did back then. I think now I'm finding it a little difficult because I've joined work and I have to travel and it's very hard to get healthy food in the office. So now I will, a little slow down and trying to balance here and there. But before I would say is, like I said, everyone was, telling me all around me and that would affect me mentally and I was mentally not in a good place. Every time someone sees you, you go for a party or you go home, everyone's like, "Oh my God, like what happened to you? You're so fat. Lose weight, lose weight." So that really, really affected me mentally, and I didn't want to go back there.
That?
So
Yeah, you hated it enough to want to
yeah, I
persevere.
did.
After
Yeah,
a while, you created that habit of just showing up and being clean with your food, and you crave your better food, and you realize when to eat, like not to
yeah,
munch when you're not hungry, etc.
yeah,
So that's amazing, that you're able to stick to the weight loss. That's also important, and that you're more than willing to, even if you've had a setback, that you want to bounce back again. uh, Very nice. Um, what about the community that you work out at Breakthrough Studio? Did that help working together?
definitely. I'm not someone who can work out alone. I really can't work out alone. I need to have like people with me. And then sometimes, like if a trainer is showing me an exercise and I just slip away and I'm thinking about work, I'm thinking about something else, and then I completely forget. So seeing, working out with other people, seeing what they're doing, like really motivates me. I've made great friends. It's not just about, a community that I work out with. It's also about having friends. I've made quite a lot of friends. We hang out all the time. We talk. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I think more than anything, I've made a lot of friends at Breakthrough Studio, and it's amazing. I would not have met these people otherwise. So it's great. Like you get motivated from a lot of them. All of them, some of them have babies, and they look like they're like 16, 17 years old. So that's
Yeah.
amazing. You get motivated, looking at them and watching them exercise and everything. So yeah.
Very nice, very nice. What's a typical training session at Breakthrough Studio like for you?
So I go for the 7 a.m. batch. So it starts with a couple of warm up, like a couple of jogs, warming up, and then we have different exercises every day on the day of the week. You have your upper body, and then there's CRX, and there's weights on Fridays. There's HIIT on Wednesday. So it's different every day. So it's not monotonous. It's not boring. I love that. I love that it's different every day. I'm not someone who can follow one routine every single day. I would get really tired and fed up of it. So I love that it's different every day. Every day is a new exercise. It's not just every day. Like if you're doing a move today, I don't think we repeat the same move at least in 2 or 3 weeks. So that's a good thing about it. You're not doing the same thing. It's always something different. And then you're working out your upper body and your lower body, your arms, your legs, your core, all of it. So yeah, I think that's great. We have a bunch of exercises, maybe 3 sets that we do every day. So yeah, it's great.
That's awesome, awesome. So, yeah, and I'm just thinking, yeah. Some of our clients face challenges when they are on holiday, and I know you do go on holiday. And how do you maintain yourself when you're away on holiday?
I go on holiday a lot. It's very hard to follow a diet on holiday. In fact, I just got back from a holiday today morning, having gone to the gym in a couple of days. So I have fun when I'm on holiday. I eat what I want, I drink what I want, I have a lot of fun. But when I'm back, I make sure that I go on a pretty strict diet, compensate for all the extra carbs that I've had during the holiday. So I reduce my carbs
Mm,
significantly, and I never miss a single day of gym after I'm back from a holiday, just to make myself feel better also, because you tend to
mm,
have that guilt trip when you go out and you're like, oh my God, I ate too much. So just to make sure that I feel better about myself and make sure I don't gain those extra calories back, I follow a very strict diet for like a month or two after I get back from holiday. Also, on holiday,
yeah,
I eat what I want, but I don't like overeat. I always used to overeat before, just because you're on holiday, you think, okay, let me just have this and let me have that. Like in between your meals or something you just want to try. I think I've limited myself to maybe tasting now. Now, tasting is something I do more than like eating the whole thing. So if there's an ice cream or a chocolate I want to have, I
yeah,
just taste it. I take a bite instead of finishing it. So yeah.
yeah. In fact, it's research shows that after the first 2 spoons of your chocolate mousse or whatever, that your levels of the high that you get from it, it just reduces drastically. So you just need a few spoons of your dessert
Yeah.
and just to taste
Yeah,
it
that's
and
true.
enjoy it. Actually, I'm glad you
Yeah, sometimes
figured
you
that
just
out.
have to taste it. You don't really need to finish the entire thing. You just taste it and that should be good enough.
Good, good, good. What kind of advice can you give others who are waiting to lose weight, who feel stuck and they've tried everything perhaps and it's not working? There's stagnation. What kind of advice would you like to give them?
I would say keep going, show up. You're okay, you're sick,
Yeah,
you're not feeling well, you have other commitments, make time and just show up. As long as you show up every day, that 1 hour a day is just showing up at the gym for 1 hour is more than enough. It's okay, you work out for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it doesn't matter. As long as you wake up and you show up every day, that itself would like, motivate you to actually lose weight. So yeah, I would say show up.
not wait to feel it, feel like you want to do it, but just
Yeah,
come. And then, yeah, the
yeah. Just
music and the community, the trainers will do the rest. I
true. We have
suppose.
different music every day, and sometimes, we're like, okay, you want to listen to this song, you want to listen to that specific song when you work out, you just tell them and they play it. So yeah, it's nice if we have different music every day. Sometimes we have like
Yeah.
Bollywood every Fridays when we lift weights, so that helps you like get like pumped up when you listen to item song. So yeah, it really does. It helps as long as you show up. When you reach there, the energy, people working out, there's motivation, people talking, you're cracking jokes, someone's doing something funny. It just motivates you to, okay, like I can actually do this. Then you just start slowly and take it from there.
Were there times when you, okay, I think we're saying the same thing. When you do feel less motivated, you're saying just show up, right? Even if you
Yeah,
feel it or not. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, and now that you have achieved, I mean, 36 kg of weight loss, what is your future goal? What is your fitness goal for the future?
I think my goal right now is to continue showing up, is to always
Yeah.
show up, no matter, how I feel. If I wake up, I'm not in a good mood, go to the gym in the morning. I wake up, I'm in a happy mood, go to the gym in the morning. I went partying last night, I got back at 3 a.m. I still set my alarm for 6 a.m. and go to the gym in the morning. So that's my goal, no matter what happens, no matter how my day looks like, no matter how busy I am, no matter how bored I am, no matter how happy or sad I am. My goal is to go to the gym every single day, unless there's something, major happening. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I think my goal would be just go to the gym every day and make it. It's already a lifestyle for me. It's already something that I do, every day. Like every night, I get my gym clothes ready, I get my shoes ready, I pack my bag. So that's like a habit that I've cultivated over the last few years. So I don't want to lose that. I know some people, tend to join gyms and then lose it after some time. They stop going after a couple of months. So I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person who, continues this for the rest of my life. So even
Yeah.
it's not even about weight. It's not even about, oh my God, I want to lose more weight or I want to maintain my weight. It's about that, of course, but it's also about cultivating this habit. Your life becomes so much structured. Like you wake up in the morning, you have gym, then you have work, you have office, you have breakfast, you have lunch. That habit, that timetable is something I've never had before, and it makes a huge difference in my life. I have time for so many other things. I have time, I schedule my time really well only after starting to go to the gym. So I've actually learned to, time slot. Okay, I have so many hours on Netflix, so many hours on my phone, so many hours on work, so many hours on lunch, on tea, on going out. So this helps me
Yeah.
structure my life, I would say. So yeah,
The discipline will flow through to other areas, right? You start the day
exactly.
on
Yeah,
a workout, and obviously you get that dopamine high. Your brain is more focused, and
yeah,
yeah. So that same discipline translates in other areas of your life, which is amazing. The exact same thing that I do. I don't. There's no time for anything else. I do my workout first, and then yeah, the other areas of life you have a lot more time. Is what I was going to say.
yeah,
Like just like
yeah.
what you were saying. Yeah, you end up having a lot more time. Yes. Anything specific you like to share about your experience at Breakthrough Studio before we close?
I would say
Um,
definitely give it a try. It's not your everyday gym. You don't have like equipment where you just plug in your earphones and like start walking on the machine or start cycling for like half an hour or 1 hour. It's definitely not like that. It's more engaging. It's more fun. You're interacting with people. And even if it's a high intensity session where you're like all sweating and panting and you're like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. You see other people doing it around you and you get motivated looking and like watching them. There are people who have actual issues, like major health issues, who come to the gym and work out, and that looking at them actually motivates you. So yeah, I think it's been an amazing journey for me, and it's one of the best. I would say definitely one of the best decisions I've ever made in my
yeah.
life. And I'm so grateful for that night where I had a breakdown and had to Google and find you all online. So I'm extremely grateful for that moment. I'll always remember it because I know how bad I suffered mentally before, and I definitely don't want to get back there again. So yeah, so definitely give it a try. It's very different from your usual workouts. It's so much more fun. It's so much more intense. You definitely lose weight quicker because I have gone to the gym in the past and I have tried and I have followed a diet, but nothing. It didn't really work for me as much as it did here in Breakthrough Studio. So come for the energy, come for the fun, come for the coaches, come for all the photo sessions and the dances and the reels we make. So we just have a lot of fun. So I think you want to lose weight, you want to be healthy, you want to have fun, you want a community, you want people you can trust, you want friends, and you want to get fit. I would say definitely join Breakthrough.
That's awesome. And I just like to add the suspension trainers are there to help the overweight, people because it takes to 154 kg. I've heard stories of, some others doing with the local straps where it has broken and they've had bad experience. But, we at the studio, we have a lot of clients, and we use original straps. So that helps in the workout process because it's supporting the joints. So just want to add to whoever is watching. Do come and give Breakthrough Studio a try, and we like to hear and transform more lives like Nicola's. Thank you so much, Nicola, for this time. And yes, more power to you, and keep shining.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day. Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.